All right, inside the beautiful indoor practice facility here in Massillon, Ohio. Sam Berkman, TJ Downing, Court Stark Media representing here. Brett Marshall is here. Devin Jordan is here. Fellas, we're just going to kind of go back and forth and talk about how special, how sweet this is. A couple days after Thanksgiving, we got March Madness, we got baseball. We're doing football here, and we're doing it big time. Talk about that.
Yeah, so for myself, obviously coming back to Massillon to get back was always good. You know, obviously at Ohio State, we're on spring break, so I always challenge our guys, even our receivers. Hey, what are you doing over spring break? Obviously, we know our guys want to get away, but like, what are you doing to get back? You know, for myself, I try to do that as much as I can. You guys know that. And so I think I want to try to lead by example. You know, a lot of these kids are in a lot of my programs. I know Brett's doing a great job with Ohio Tires Academy and building it, you know, not only just within, you know, Western Stark County, but all across, you know what I'm saying, the state of Ohio, really. And any way I can kind of, you know, support him and the mission. And obviously, you know, Tiger football is big, but there's a bigger picture. What's outside of football, what opportunities we can provide kids, and that's what we want to show, you know, with camps like this and things moving forward.
Yeah, just piggybacking off that, you know, obviously we are a youth football program, but more so we're trying to teach kids how to be better off the field. And if we can use football as a springboard to do that, then I'm all in. And with the help of Devin and beyond the game and you know, his history, you know, any way we can impact kids through athletics is a plus. And you know, we're teaching these kids the importance of being good students, being leaders in the academic setting, giving back to the community that does so much for them. And this is just a small way for us to let these kids come out here in the middle of March and have some fun on a football field.
You know, how important is it? You talk about OTA, you talk about beyond the game. It sounds like a great collab, by the way. But to get to kids at this age, and I heard Coach talking about, you know, your grades, what you put in your body. Everything is so important. It's not just about rolling the ball in the field. How is it important to get to these kids now and instill that and watch them grow with it every day?
Well, I think this age level is prime to kind of start molding them into you know, better men off the field. You know, sometimes, you know, you get to the high school level, you get into college, and those kids have already been molded. So, you know, we got kids 6 years old to 12 years old out here, and it's prime real estate to mold these kids, to shape these kids into the future leaders. Because let's face it, football isn't going to be here for all these kids. Football's going to end. And are they ready for life? Are they ready to be leaders in Western Stark County, in Wayne County, Tuscarawas County, Summit County, you know, all over the world? And like I said, if we can use football as a way to reach them, I feel like, you know, that's a step in the right direction.
I would say the same thing. Obviously, this is like the foundation, right? My son's out here. He's a kindergartner, and the same thing that Brett will say is, I talk to him about, you know, football and where you are at, you know, as a young boy, and you know, we all know football is the greatest game in the world, and obviously you gotta, you know, rely on your teammates. I know you guys were talking about even back in the day when you were at these camps like this, but at the end of the day, I think it all takes all of us to be able to mold these young boys. The older we get, we want to be able to give back. And I think, like Brett says, a prime age to set the foundation for who these young boys are and who are they going to become. And I think I'm a college football coach, and some kids aren't taught a lot of things that we're teaching these kids in our program. So it's a blessing that these kids get to have these opportunities to not only just get out the house and participate in sports, but also learn lessons from coaches who have been there, done that, and are continuing to do that for the community.
You know, it was interesting. Sam and I were having a conversation with Devin before we brought you over here, and you know, when you first put this thing together just last year, right? Devin kind of said, "Hey, man, go big or go home," you know. And to have 350 kids out here, and this isn't just a local thing. You got kids from all the way down in Cincinnati. Talk about that scope and that reach.
Well, I guess let me first start by saying Devin kind of always pushes me to go big, to think big. This is kind of out of my comfort zone. I mean, I never envisioned anything like this, and I lean on Devin pretty hard. He's told me from day one, like, you're going to build it, man, and the kids are going to come, and he's been spot on. But it's not the numbers to me, it's the opportunity. We've got the opportunity to influence 350 kids today, right? We've got the opportunity to put positive mentors around 350 kids today. And maybe these kids will take something home with them that doesn't even have anything to do with football, but that's going to make them a better person. I'm not going to lie, it's crazy to look out here and see it. It's humbling. I'm grateful. And there's a lot of people that have helped make this happen. But if you would tell me in a year that we would be here, I'd probably say you're full of you know what. But yeah, I mean, it's a blessing, man. It really is.
As we sit here, March 20th, this thing's going to be going on here until about 6:30 tonight. What's next for Ohio Tigers Academy? I know you guys will have some different skill camps, I think, that'll be coming as we push closer to summer. What's next for Beyond the Game?
Yeah, for Beyond the Game, obviously we have a lot of our in-school programs, our Guys with Ties program. We actually have about 20 Guys with Ties members. Some of the elite leaders in the program are actually coming down to practice next Saturday, meet the Buckeyes, which our staff's excited about, our players are excited about that. We've been expanding our Guys with Ties program and Girls with Pros program all the way to Hawaii, Arizona, Las Vegas. We're going to create a Big Brother program with our Guys with Ties program with our players down in Columbus to help our players get out in the community. So as Brett talked about, football is only a vehicle to bigger things and more important things. And we realize that not only here at Massillon, but obviously at Ohio State with the prestige those programs both have. We're going to utilize football to give back to the young people in the community, and that's where it's important. So that's where Beyond the Game is headed. Really trying to find ways to do more off the field, for our kids.
And with OTA, I mean, yeah, we have spring football going on right now. We have a short 5-week spring season. Then we build into our skill sessions, which leads up, to our regular season. But during that whole time, we're out in the community giving back. We've done some donations at Refugee of Hope, at the Sam Center here locally in Massillon. And we really tried to, keep our arms around these kids 365 days a year. We feel like that's beneficial to a lot of these kids, to put positive people in their life, throughout the calendar year. So anything that we can do to keep these kids busy, we always look for those things to do. And then, once we get into our regular season, we get into all of our mentorship programs. We continue to give back in the community. Every Monday night we bring all our kids in. They get fed a warm dinner. We bring in a mentor to talk to the kids. Nothing about football. Just things that are going to help them in their personal life.
Where do both of you guys get the drive for what you do? The passion's just kind of oozing out here right now, and we're all taking
Look
it
out
in.
here, man.
Where does this come from?
For me personally, obviously today you know the story. I was at Ohio State and got hurt, and thinking I'm going to go to the NFL, didn't happen. So really thinking to myself, it happened to me. Like I was at the top. I didn't reach where I wanted to go, but I had something to fall back on. I had a great support system, and a lot of kids don't have that. And so for me, it was actually a personal story. Obviously that's where Beyond the Game comes from. And so just understanding, hey, it's not going to last forever, right? So what's your next step? What's your next move? How can you be a leader? There's a lot of great people who are doing great things who never played in the NFL, but who played college football. Some of my best friends are millionaires who never touched one down in the NFL, right? And you can be successful. A lot of kids don't see that because they're not around it, right? You have to create an environment to the kids to say, you can be successful in anything you want to do. Let this be a vehicle for your success. If you want to go to the NFL, great. I aspire you to do that, right? But what are you going to do when you get there? Are you still going to give back? Are you still going to come back to your hometown and give back? Because I want them to see guys like myself coming back and say, hey, he did it when I was a little kid. Now it's my turn to do it when I become older. So I want to inspire these kids to be more. And that's kind of personal story of what this means to me.
Yeah, I guess I've made some decisions, maybe in my younger years that I regret making.
Don't we all?
Yeah. and you can do two things. You can sit there and dwell on the decisions you made that may not have turned out the right way, or you can do something about it. And my thing is this: if I have an opportunity to impact these kids to maybe not make some of the same decisions that I have made or others have made, then I'm all for it. And where does the drive come from? The drive comes from seeing these kids out here with smiles on their faces, who just soak this up, man. They want that positive message in their life. And let's face it, the facts are the facts, the statistics are the statistics. A lot of people sit around and talk about how the youth aren't behaved well and how their manners aren't where they should be, and complaining only does so much, right? But unless we get guys that are willing to roll their sleeves up and go out here and put boots on the ground and try to change these kids' lives, the complainers are going to sit there and keep complaining. So, I'm out here. We got a great group of volunteers out here that are willing to roll up their sleeves, not only coach the game of football, but coach the game of life and be mentors to these kids.
TJ Downing, Sam Berkman for Stark Media, here with OTA President Brett Marshall, wide receivers coach, assistant coach for the Ohio State Buckeyes, Devin Jordan, Massillon alum. Appreciate you guys' time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas.